and thank you so much for joining us for another edition of McAllen News Update. I'm Xochitl Mora.
And I'm Morganthu. The McAllen Fire Department joins other fire departments to rescue a 4-year-old boy who fell in a hole. Here's the story. We're here at the McAllen Fire Department with some firefighters and McAllen Public Works who were involved in a very miraculous event in Rio Grande City. With me right now is Captain Mike Luna to talk about the incident that happened and how y'all responded.
Yes, sir. So on Tuesday night, we were notified by the Mission Fire Department through a mutual aid request for a rescue in the Gran Centennial area of a child that fell down a hole. We responded out there with a complement of a total of 6 personnel. The incident had been going on for a couple of hours before we got there. When we arrived, people were visibly tired. They had been working diligently. As part of our efforts, we went in as a backup crew to that crew that was working. While we were in there, we did help excavate some of the debris that was above the child, and we were able to successfully pull out the child while we were still in the hole itself. And we're able to get that child to a local hospital quickly in order to be able to assist with that. There's a lot of training that goes involved with this, technical rescue training, trench training, even a type of structural collapse training in order to understand how the movement of the ground works and how we can get to a child in that kind of position.
Of course, at the City of McAllen, we work together as a team, and of course, the McAllen Fire Department went there assisted by McAllen Public Works. And with me right now is Leo Hernandez from McAllen Public Works. Sir, how do you feel participating in an event such a miracle event such as this?
Well, I think the outcome was actually what everybody hoped and prayed for. I mean, for that child to come out alive, which was awesome about that. As far as working with the McAllen Fire Department, we've been working with them, and it's an honor and a privilege to work side by side with this team.
Well, thank you very much. And of course, this is a miracle that happened in Stark County. And of course, it took everybody from Mission all the way to several other Valley Fire Departments. And of course, our incredible McAllen Fire Department and McAllen Public Works were part of this. Literally a miracle to make this holiday season special, not only to the boy's family, but to everybody in South Texas.
The family of a McAllen police officer who was killed in the line of duty gets help from a 9/11 organization. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgage for Brenda Garza, the wife of Officer Edelmiro Garza Jr. and her children. Thanks to the 9/11 Foundation from New York City, they are providing a season of hope for Garza's family. Mrs. Garza and her 2 children will own their home mortgage-free. The foundation is committed to ensuring no one ever forgets the events of 9/11 and the sacrifices that were made and continue to be made by our first responders in the line of duty.
This is a New York-based organization that's come to McAllen, Texas, and made themselves responsible for Officer Garza's mortgage. They've paid the home for the family. This really tells us, how much people in our country appreciate law enforcement.
Garza's wife, Brenda Garza, was on hand to accept the donation. The foundation says through the Fallen First Responder Home Program, Tunnel to Towers aims to pay off the mortgages of fallen law enforcement officers and firefighters killed in the line of duty that leave behind young children. The foundation's goal is to ensure stability and security to these families' sudden tragic loss.
Martinez Furniture and Appliance and Vital Church partner up with the City of McAllen to brighten up the holidays for the McAllen police officers. Pastor Chale Martinez announced the gift to about 300 McAllen police officers. In a letter he wrote to the city officials, he stated, "This year has presented many challenges to everyone, perhaps more so for those in law enforcement, as evidenced by the killings of officers Edelmiro Garza Jr. and Ismael Chavez Jr. Officer Garza was a parishioner of the church and worked with Martinez Furniture and Appliance owner Ramon Martinez as a member of the church's parking team. Their friendship prompted Martinez Furniture to provide a $500,000 in-kind donation for all the 298 McAllen police officers. Also, Vital Church and other local businesses will provide an additional $500,000, which will be given to the officers at a night of honor, which will be hosted by Vital Church.
The McAllen Police Department is also giving back to their community with their annual Christmas for Kids toy giveaway. Due to COVID-19, everyone is required to register for the toy giveaway at the McAllen Police Department before the event. The event has changed to a drive-through event at the McAllen Convention Center on Wednesday, December 23rd at 8 a.m. Those attending will get an opportunity to see some of the Christmas decorations at the city's South Pole of Texas drive-through. Parents and their children are required to follow CDC guidelines by wearing a face covering and staying in their vehicles. The City of McAllen's holiday light show and drive-through experience are welcoming thousands of residents. Due to the overwhelming response in our community, the South Pole Illuminated Drive and Theater experience has changed the routes for VIP and general admission. The new route that will relieve congestion to the impacted businesses at Palms Crossing and surrounding areas. The general admission ticket holders can enter southbound 29th Street and Business 83. VIP ticket holders can enter northbound on Ware Road and Kennedy Avenue. There are no alternate routes to the Illuminated Drive. Please be courteous to the McAllen Convention Center district neighbors and do not attempt a different route or GPS directions. Street closures are in effect. The experience runs through December 30th. Visit Ticketmaster.com for ticket information.
'Tis the season to give. The Salvation Army needs your help. Mayor Jim Darling and Commissioner Sebi Haddad volunteered as bell ringers to help raise funds for the Salvation Army Red Kettle campaign. Funds raised from the Salvation Army McAllen Red Kettle campaign benefits the programs in Hidalgo County, including emergency shelters, soup kitchens, social services, and the Angel Tree program.
More than ever this year, I mean, the shelter and what they do and all the help that they provide to people and meals that they provide. So they're always important, but this year even more so. And so without the Salvation Army, we'd have some serious problems in our city.
Well, Salvation Army really operates year-round, and they provide a tremendous amount of services to our region. But this is one of their biggest fundraisers, and they only do it once a year. So the bigger of an impact that we can have in giving at this time of year, the more they can do throughout the year for our community.
Please donate this holiday season to help those in need in McAllen and Hidalgo County.
The McAllen Recycling Center has enhanced its citizen drop-off center. The new facility is available to anyone in the Rio Grande Valley who wishes to drop off recycling material. It was constructed by city workers to make it easier to drop off your recyclables. You can drive up and drop off your recycling. The hours of operation are Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can recycle cardboard, paper, tin, aluminum, glass, and plastics coded number 1 and number 2. Additional services available to the public are free paper shredding and electronic waste disposal. Also, the recycling center is open to the public for the purchase of crushed glass and all mulch and compost products. Only McAllen residents are allowed to drop off bulky waste such as tires, metal, brush, and motor oil, and pick up of brown compostable lawn and leaf bags with a utility bill and an ID.
McAllen Public Works also celebrated their new fleet operations with a drive-through tour for city workers. The internal department services 1,000 vehicles from police, fire, transit, public works, and the entire City of McAllen organization. It's a 6,000 square foot expansion that will make servicing the city-issued vehicles easier and faster for their employees. The expansion doubled its capacity to maintain vehicles on a regular basis. This process will allow mechanics to quickly service vehicles and get them back on the road to service the community.
Due to the ongoing concerns of the coronavirus pandemic, the 2021 McAllen Marathon Scott Crane Memorial Marathon will be held as a virtual experience. The virtual McAllen Marathon will be supported by a series of virtual events held throughout January 15th through the 17th, 2021. All participants who are currently registered for the 2021 event will be able to defer their entry to the 2022 race or take advantage of one of several options based on the race that they are currently registered for. Runners will have the option to complete their race distance anywhere and anytime during those dates. All virtual McAllen Marathon participants will receive a runner box that will include a runner shirt and bib along with sponsor gifts. Finisher medals will be available for pickup during a drive-through finish line event held the week after the virtual race. You can register at McAllenMarathon.com. The City of McAllen, in conjunction with the Rio Grande Valley Metropolitan Planning Organization, is encouraging residents to take advantage of the hike and bike trails in the community and to post the information on their social media, utilizing the hashtag Trail Moments. The effort is part of the Rails to Trails Conservancy Trail Moment initiative, in hopes to capture moments of joy, solitude, exercise, and self-care. The McAllen Hike and Bike Trails feature the 2nd Street Hike and Bike Trail and the Bicentennial Boulevard Hike and Bike Trail and the Benson Hike and Bike Trail. All trails run north to south in McAllen and are 7 miles, 6 miles, and 1.25 miles respectively.
2 medical facilities have already received and administered the COVID-19 vaccination in Hidalgo County. The Hidalgo County Judge's Office issued a press release that the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley Medical School and Doctors Hospital at Renaissance received the first shipments of the vaccine. State health officials, which determine the order of who receives the vaccine, have said that the first vaccinations will involve frontline healthcare workers. And finally, we leave you with a look at Quinta Mazatlan's Illumina Fest. Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year to you and your family. Have a safe and blessed holiday season. That's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for watching. For the City of McAllen, I'm Xochitl Mora.
And I'm Roy Cantu.